kitchen tonight, and I'm going to put a CIS onto a Canon Pixma IP1800. So it's the IP1800 Canon. A bit harder to do than HP, but we've got there, so let's see how we do it. I've done a couple of preparation things first. This clip here, look, stuck that on approximately in the middle there, just stuck it on. It's got a sticky pad on it, and I've also stuck one here, there. That is in line with this, so it goes straight across, nice straight line. I've already put those on to save a bit of time, and that's what you would need to do if buying the CIS. Right, if you look down here, we've got the cartridges in the right order, colour to the right, black to the left. They will actually come with a blue tag on each one and a green clip to protect them. You need to take the green clip off and peel the blue tag off like you would if you're getting new cartridges. They've all got a tag on them, so make sure that you do that if you get the kit. So let's get the CIS into the printer. Well, the printer is switched off at the minute. We need to keep it switched off, and you'll see here that the cartridge carrier here is to the left here where you put the cartridges in. But because it's switched off, we can freely move it by hand, and what we've got to do is move it across to the right. And we're going to leave that just in the middle of the printer there. And just to let you know, the ink on my hands, like in all my videos, it's not from the CIS, it's from doing work with cartridges all day. I just haven't washed them yet. I only wash them at the end of my working day. So don't take any notice of the ink on my hand. It is not from the CIS. You will not get ink all over you. Right, I first did this video last night, and this chapter where you have to install the cartridges didn't come out right, so I'm doing it again today. We're in natural daylight, so you will see a couple of differences in the lighting, because last night I had the lights on, today we've got natural daylight, but it's all the same anyway. It's just instructions, just ignore the lighting really. We'll show you how to get the cartridges on. The printer must be switched off, by the way, and when it's switched off, you'll get the cartridge carrier here on the left hand side. And what we need to do is by hand just push it across to the right to allow for the cartridges to go through. Now we get the cartridges and just feed them under there and out the front, and you can see here we're behind that bar. Then push them back to the right, to the left, sorry. Click your cartridges in as you normally would do. There's a colour gone and there's a black. And once we've done that, we want to push it to the side, and you need it to come out nice and straight with no twists, and over there like that. But we've got to get the right length, so push that as far as it goes to the right hand side. We know we've got the correct length, it's coming straight across, and just twist it to there and click that in. And once that's clicked in, straighten it up again and go across to the left here. I'll just show you where, there, and click it into that there, and that's in perfect line now. If we go to the side, you'll see nice and straight across up the printer. So we know that the cartridges are in. They'll move freely if I just do that by hand. Across to the left, and that's it. They are installed. Now we can move on to the previous bits of what I did last night and show you it all working. Now before we can switch on, I'll just let you know about the sensor on here, so it thinks the lid is down. There, in there is where this here, there's a little bobble here that comes down when you shut the lid, and it clicks onto a little button in there, so the printer knows the lid is shut and it will print. But because we've got the CIS piping in, that's not going to reach, so we've got to do something there to make it think that the lid is closed. Let's see what we've got to do. Right, what I've done, I've got a little bit of paper here, and I've rolled it up into like a thin cigarette sort of shape. I've rolled it up, and what I'm going to do, this thing here that comes down is actually hollow. So all we have to do is get that piece of paper and put it inside that thing there. Let's see if you can see that. I'll get up closer so you can see what I've done there. If you look there, I've put the piece of paper inside this here. so that lengthens it, so that paper will go down. Let's see if we can get that button. Yeah, there's the button. Can you see the button in there? That grey thing is the button. That paper will now make that long enough. It'll come down, push that button down, and it will think, the printer will think that the lid is down. Now, so you can see the printer printing with the lid open. I'm just going to push this button down with my hand. Well, a little tool I've got here. I'll push it down so it thinks the lid's closed. You can see it printing with the lid open, and then we'll print with the lid closed. So I'll push that down and go over to laptop and tell it to print a document. And there we go. That's printing there. I'll move the camera's been. There you see, look, I put the lid down. The green light up here isn't flashing because that bit of paper's pushed the button down. And just to show you printing with the lid down, gone to the laptop again, here's the document coming. And there is the document coming out. Again, perfect printing. That's just a little flower I put in with all my recycled things. I'm printing out there, and it's printing it absolutely perfect, no problems whatsoever. So now we'll finish the video off just showing you what one or two things that you've got to remember. Now it's still printing that document there. Just want to show you a couple of things now. Here's your ink bottles. If you look here, I've only put so much ink in. That's all I put in really with the kit. You do get bottles with all the other ink in because you get 100 ml of ink with each CIS. So you do get ink bottles with the rest of the ink in. But I'm going to put this in so it doesn't get pop out or anything while it's in transit. And you just put some extra in there when you get the kit. Fill it up to about here. Never let it run lower than 15 to 20 ml because you'll get air in the system and mess it all up. Takes quite a bit of getting the ink through once you've got a load of air in the system. So no lower than 20 ml really. You'll need to be up to here, but that's absolutely stacks of printing. All that down there, stacks of printing. Here there should be some little air filters in. I forgot to put them in again on this video. Some little air filters go in there. It lets the air in but stops ink coming out if you accidentally knock it. This little bung here on all four, that comes out. You put your air filters in here and you leave these in at the bottom. And there will be instructions in with the CIS showing you how to refill the bottles, put more ink in them. Also remember, do a head clean quite regularly. Remember you're using the same cartridges all the time there, so it can get a bit gammed up. Do a head clean quite regularly. But using this CIS you will save a tremendous amount of money in your printing costs. I think that's about it really. If you've got any questions, just give me a ring really. I'll put some details on at the end of the film. Thanks for watching.